All I know is this: we're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, and we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money.
Well, folks, the billionaires that kissed Trump's asshole are finally finding out that, yes, his shit does in fact stink.
I know you'd like to thank you. Don't stay.
Because in a stunning reversal, though not so stunning for those of us who study aroundonomics, many of the very billionaires who unwisely stood directly downwind of Diaper Don at his inauguration have been and are now currently losing massive amounts of their wealth as well as their appetite for Diaper Don's erratic behavior. And no, I am not talking about his bowels. And we talked about this quite a bit in the Elon video yesterday, where he lost $7 billion in minutes from one deal and much more from Tesla stock crashing and burning, much like their cars.
Don't buy swastikars?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cops to protect one Cybertruck.
Hey, Mr. Musk, how many pigs does it take to change a tire?
9, 9, 9, 9.
And we actually have some pretty drastic updates on that whole situation, but the irony of these billionaires losing huge swaths of their wealth is that it almost directly correlates with a rapid increase in the rightfully ravenous appetites of working class Americans. And let's just say people are salivating over their richer tastes. But you let me know if you agree by smashing that like button, and make sure you get on the right side of the class war by subscribing to the channel, and let's relish, see what I did there, in the cathartic details of all of these billionaires losing billions.
Elon Musk's personal wealth has dropped $42 billion this month as shares of Tesla have started to fall off a cliff.
Now look, as great as that all is to hear, I know a lot of you expressed this in the comments yesterday that billionaires losing even billions of dollars is not enough. But please, let's just try for the next 5 minutes to bask in the glow of them finding out, and then at the end we will address how you are right, it is not enough, but that we can keep up the fight and truly hit these oligarchs where it hurts, okay? It's not as much about how much money they lost as it is about the fact that they're losing it, even though the numbers are quite staggering. We'll get to Bezos and the other bitchionaires in a second, but first we gotta talk about Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is losing money. The Tesla, SpaceX, and X founder has lost $52 billion in net worth since the beginning of the year. One reason, Tesla sales are down more than 20% the past month. Bloomberg Billionaires Index reports he remains the richest person in the world with a net worth of about $380 billion.
Right, but that video was from 13 days ago. We made a video about him specifically having the worst day of his life yesterday. It very fortunately has gotten worse. So bad, in fact, that, oh no, he might lose his standing as the richest man in the world. Someone get the world's tiniest violin, because he has experienced a significant $120 billion drop in net worth due to Tesla's declining share price and increased political scrutiny. Just a quick rundown of his day from hell, starting with Twitter outages from a massive cyber attack, him getting absolutely ratioed on his own Twitter platform after he shockingly called veteran and retired astronaut Senator Mark Kelly a traitor, his Twitter platform getting sued, Tesla nosediving off a cliff, and all of that led to this absolute chef's kiss clip of Elon on the brink of tears on Fox News, where his soul quite literally leaves his body as Larry Kudlow asked him this question.
You giving up your other stuff? I mean, how are you running your other businesses?
With great difficulty. Yeah, I mean.
But there's no turning back, you're saying?
I'm just here trying to make government more efficient, eliminate waste and fraud, and so far we're making good progress, actually.
Yeah, that couldn't be further from the truth. But moving on, we have the post-inaugural clarity of many more billionaires, because specifically the tech billionaires who had front row seats as President Donald Trump was being sworn in, including Musk, Zuckerberg, and Bezos, have seen their wealth drop by a staggering $210 billion combined as the president's economic policies have upended markets. And what makes this even funnier is the Trump-aligned billionaires had enjoyed the period between Trump's election and inauguration as a boon for the world's wealthiest, with several all-time high records recorded on the S&P 500 index. But just 7 weeks later, a different story has emerged, with 5 of the billionaires who sat behind Trump as he took the oath of office for a second time taking the multi-billion-dollar hit, as the companies behind the inauguration attendees have been some of the biggest losers, falling by a combined $1.43 trillion in market value since January 17th. Musk obviously making up the brunt of that with a whopping $145 billion hit since the president's swearing-in ceremonies, as well as Bezos seeing his wealth drop by $31 billion, Google founder Sergey Brin saw a $23 billion hit, and Zuckerberg lost $8 billion, we should try and get that up higher, and the S&P 500 on the whole has lost almost 7% since he took office.
But lean a little bit closer, see, roses really smell like boo-boo-boo.
And look, I find it incredibly cathartic to watch billionaires find out from their fucking around of backing the dipshit in chief, but it is not great for everyday Americans either when you have both Fox News and Donald Trump warning of the impending recession.
Markets closed Monday after plunging throughout the day. The Nasdaq sliding 4%, its biggest single-day percentage drop since September 2022. The Dow dropping nearly 900 points after pairing an earlier loss of more than 1,100 points. The steep decline coming as fears mount over the possibility of a recession and escalating tariffs.
This is deeply destructive what they're doing.
It's unbelievably chaotic.
President Trump Sunday defended his economic policies, but didn't rule out the possibility of a recession.
All I know is this: we're going to take in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, and we're going to become so rich, you're not going to know where to spend all that money.
But economists say the risks of recession have been rising.
We don't want people living paycheck to paycheck.
The next inflation report comes out on Wednesday, and if early projections are correct, the consumer price index likely rose nearly 3%. That's a point higher than the Fed's annual goal.
So look, the bottom line here is yes, this sucks for everyone, but billionaires are being disproportionately hurt here. And that is good news. But to the points of many of you in the comments, it is not enough to just sit here, watch the stock market tank and go, yay, billionaires lose their wealth. Because there is more that we can do. Boycotting Amazon and large chains, shopping locally, using no payment groups that are community run that offer exchanging goods rather than paying for them at a retailer. Finding alternatives to the convenience and yet exploitation that these billionaire companies provide. Getting off Facebook for your health and your wealth. And I don't know, filming your Tesla the next time it sparks fire and posting it online for bad PR. These things are hard. They're not easy to accomplish, but I would argue they are almost more important, if not as important as voting. Because if we're going to hurt these people, it has to be in their wealth. And while Donald Trump can do all his damage now, the stock market will likely rebound and they will be right back where they were, or more likely wealthier than ever. So if you agree with shifting the narrative to supporting the working class, fighting the rich elite, and being class conscious, then consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to Really American. And for Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse. I'll see you guys in the next one.